Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Mychal Thompson believes DeAndre Ayton is the perfect fit for the Lakers, and for Luka Doncic. When free agency opened, Lakers GM Rob Pelinka knew exactly what had to be addressed: the center position. And whether it was luck or smart timing, a golden opportunity fell into their lap. Former No. 1 pick DeAndre Ayton, recently bought out after a turbulent stint with the Portland Trail Blazers, suddenly became available. It didn't take long for the Lakers to act. Ayton quickly jumped to the top of their priority list, eventually agreeing to a 2-year deal at a much more team-friendly price. A second chance for Ayton and the Lakers. To be clear, Ayton doesn't come without question marks. After a strong start to his career in Phoenix, including a run to the 2021 NBA Finals alongside Chris Paul, his impact and consistency have waned, especially during his time on a rebuilding Portland team. That dip in production, combined with a hefty $35 million salary, made him nearly unmovable on the trade market. But now, getting him for just $8.1 million per year is a calculated gamble, and potentially a brilliant one. Franchise legend and Lakers radio voice Mychal Thompson certainly thinks so. Speaking to Sportskeeda's Mark Medina, Thompson praised the move, calling Ayton the perfect center for both the Lakers and Luka Doncic, who is expected to share the court with Ayton in a pick-and-roll heavy system. "I think it's a great move. He's the perfect big for the Lakers. He's the perfect partner for Luka in pick-and-rolls, high lobs, and post touches. That's what I love about DA. He's not just a screen-and-roll center. You can throw the ball to him on the block, and he can score with his back to the basket. He has top 10 center skills. I think he's going to be more motivated to show his full ability now that he's with the Lakers. More than just a bargain, it's a big upgrade." Beyond Ayton, the free agent market for centers was bleak. Most available options were short-term stopgaps, not long-term solutions. In Ayton, the Lakers are getting a 7-footer who has averaged a double-double throughout his 7-year career. That's hard to ignore. Still, Thompson knows talent alone isn't enough. What Ayton needs now is consistency, something that's been missing in his career. He's an all-star level talent, no doubt. But he needs to bring it every night, over a full 82-game season. "I understand why some fans are skeptical," Thompson added. "But I believe in him. I think he's going to prove people wrong." That belief is personal, too. Both Thompson and Ayton hail from the Bahamas, and Thompson has followed his career closely, rooting for him not just as a broadcaster, but as a fellow countryman. Can Redick and the coaching staff unlock Ayton? Despite the excitement, this move isn't without risk. Ayton has faced questions about his motor and competitiveness, traits that can't always be fixed with a new system. But with a fresh start, a championship-minded culture, and the motivation of a contract year, there's hope that a switch will flip. The Lakers reportedly believe in new head coach J.J. Redick's ability to get the most out of Ayton. Redick's staff is confident they can put him in the right situations, maximizing his offensive touch and minimizing defensive liabilities. And let's not forget, the Lakers spent last postseason without even playing a true center at times. With Ayton, they now have a reliable, talented option in the frontcourt, a major step forward. A win-win situation? For Ayton, joining forces with a generational playmaker like Luka Doncic could mirror the chemistry he once had with Chris Paul: lobs, post-ups, easy buckets, and floor spacing. For the Lakers, it's a low-risk, high-upside move that could finally solidify the center position after years of uncertainty. If this works, it won't just be a smart signing. It'll be the move that helped reshape LA's frontcourt and gave DeAndre Ayton the fresh start he desperately needed. What this means for the Lakers' roster construction. With DeAndre Ayton now in the fold, the Lakers' front office gains far more flexibility heading into the rest of the offseason. That 2-year deal, structured for affordability, allows LA to preserve cap space in future seasons, freeing them to pursue one more significant move or to supplement the squad with depth pieces and draft selections. Strategically, Ayton's contract could serve as a trade asset, either as salary filler or as an enticing rotation piece for teams seeking big man depth. And because he's entering a contract year, his motivation to perform at a high level, and perhaps re-enter the market on a larger deal, adds an extra layer of intrigue for the Lakers front office. Coaching, culture, and chemistry. The onus now shifts to head coach J.J. Redick and his staff to integrate Ayton effectively. Balancing the minutes between him and Anthony Davis, while also aligning their defensive switch rotations and drop coverage, will be critical. The coaching staff's approach to establishing role clarity will go a long way toward reducing confusion and maximizing chemistry. Culturally, Ayton is expected to blend well. His calm demeanor, combined with his professionalism, reinforces the Lakers' locker room identity, one built on accountability, shared leadership, and a relentless pursuit of another title. Broad implications across the league. Lakers' acquisition of Ayton, if successful, could set a new standard for value in the buyout market. Executives across the league are already watching. Securing a former All-Star at an affordable wage, and having him play a meaningful role, could spark more buyout-era baby-bust to big-impact narratives. The reaction from other Western contenders will be swift. Teams will ask themselves whether they missed an opportunity to strengthen their front court on a low-risk contract, and whether to pursue similar value options in the buyout portal. Upgrading the Lakers' title outlook. Perhaps the most important question looming over Los Angeles now is, does Ayton truly elevate their championship odds? Short answer, there's a real chance. If he can log 20 to 25 quality minutes per night, crashing the glass, setting strong screens, quick switching on defense, and finishing around the rim, the Lakers' ceiling lifts drastically. It also gives James and Davis more freedom to conserve energy and focus on high-leverage moments. Plus, his potential chemistry with high-profile teammates could be immediate. Him cutting, rolling, and spacing in sync with LeBron and Luka could produce fresh offensive looks. And defensively, a mid-season acquisition like this, if dialed in, could shift momentum in playoff matchups, where depth becomes king and matchups matter most. Final take, a defining opportunity. DeAndre Ayton's arrival in LA is more than just a signing. It's a statement that the Lakers are willing to bet on upside, structure deals smartly, and prioritize complementary skill sets over big names. For Ayton, it's a crossroads. Perform, and this becomes the bounce back that rebooted his career. Falter, and he remains a cautionary tale. But in the architecture of this Lakers team, this feels like a calculated, opportunistic win-win. This is the moment where everything lines up: the contract, the system, the motivation. And if Ayton and the Lakers get it right, it could become one of the defining stories of the 2025 NBA season. LeBron James picks up a new hobby as he enters the final stretch of his legendary career. As LeBron James gears up for what will be his 23rd NBA season, the future Hall of Famer is showing signs that he's beginning to think about life beyond basketball. Fresh off picking up his $52.6 million player option to return to the Los Angeles Lakers, James is using the offseason to reset, mentally and physically. After being knocked out in the first round of the playoffs and finishing the season battling a lingering knee injury, LeBron is taking much-needed time to recharge. But he's not just resting, he's also exploring something new. This summer, the King has picked up a familiar hobby among aging athletes: golf. LeBron hits the fairway. In a social media post that quickly made the rounds, James revealed he's been spending more time on the golf course. While many fans saw it as just another off-season activity, others noticed the symbolism. Golf has long been a sport embraced by athletes nearing retirement. Interestingly, James might have been inspired by his teammate Austin Reaves, who's the Lakers' resident golf enthusiast. Reaves even runs a YouTube channel dedicated to golf content, which could open the door to some entertaining on-course content featuring both stars. Though golf is known for its quiet, methodical pace, it's also a deeply technical sport that demands focus, patience, and precision. In other words, it's exactly the kind of challenge someone with LeBron's competitive mindset would take seriously. And if we've learned anything over the past 2 decades, it's that LeBron doesn't do anything halfway. A season to reflect and refocus. Early playoff exits tend to leave more room for off-season exploration, and this summer is no different. Players like LeBron get the rare chance to spread out their training schedules, take physical inventory, and mentally reset. Picking up golf might just be one way LeBron is staying engaged and focused without the wear and tear of the hardwood. But make no mistake, LeBron's mind is still on winning. Quiet off-season moves, loud speculation. Since opting into his contract, LeBron has kept relatively quiet, aside from a few subtle off-season moves that have reignited speculation about his future. One moment in particular caught attention: James was seen training at the Cleveland Cavaliers practice facility. That alone sent NBA Twitter into a frenzy. But LeBron quickly downplayed it, explaining that working out at the Cavs gym has been part of his summer routine for years. Still, the timing, and the symbolism, didn't go unnoticed. Meanwhile, Rich Paul, CEO of Clutch Sports and LeBron's longtime agent, has made it clear, James is still focused on competing for a championship. And with the Lakers roster still in flux, questions have started to swirl about how committed he'll remain if the front office doesn't move aggressively. It's a complicated puzzle for GM Rob Pelinka, who's juggling two stars at very different points in their careers, LeBron, at age 40 and still elite, and Luka Doncic, just entering his prime. That dynamic makes roster construction especially delicate, and James is certainly watching closely. LeBron's next chapter, still writing it. Whether he's swinging a driver on the golf course or taking shots in a practice gym, one thing is clear, LeBron James is still in control of his story. He may be approaching the twilight of his career, but that doesn't mean he's slowing down. Instead, he's evolving, staying sharp, and perhaps most importantly, staying curious. For fans, this offseason is yet another chapter in the fascinating book that is LeBron's legacy. And while he's now learning the nuances of golf, it's safe to say his greatest love, the pursuit of greatness, hasn't gone anywhere. The only real question? Will the Lakers rise to the challenge and give him one more shot at glory? Off-season moves, more than just a hobby. LeBron's new golf pursuit isn't just a passing fad, it's part of a larger strategy to recalibrate ahead of what could be his final title push. As he sharpens his swing, the Lakers front office is quietly working on roster decisions that will determine whether he stays in Los Angeles or tests new waters. Rumors continue to swirl about reshaping the roster. Several veterans are expected to be moved or signed, and whispers of a blockbuster trade, potentially involving Max Christie or Jared Vanderbilt, have begun gaining traction. James is watching these developments closely. His off-season workouts might be quieter, but his mind remains squarely on how, and where, he'll chase another championship. The Cavaliers connection, what it really signals. That visit to the Cavs training facility appeared innocuous, but it served as a reminder of LeBron's roots. While he later emphasized that it's just part of his summer routine, the optics added fuel to debate. Could LeBron be keeping the door open for a possible Cleveland farewell tour? Or was he sending a message that no matter what happens in LA, he's still in demand, and still building? The Lakers' balancing act, youth versus legacy. Behind the scenes in LA, GM Rob Pelinka faces his toughest challenge yet, maintaining a championship-caliber roster for LeBron while also building around younger talent like Tyler Dorsey and Daryl Mitchell. Draft picks are being protected, free agency is being handled cautiously, and the luxury tax clock is ticking. One misstep here could tip the balance. LeBron's golf hobby underscores just how deliberate his summer has been, careful physical recovery, low-impact training, and mental reset, all while the team figures out its next moves. It's a masterclass in pacing, something he'll need a lot more of as he enters his 23rd season. League-wide ripples, aging stars and their off-seasons. LeBron's shift towards golf highlights a broader trend across the league. Veteran stars who know their bodies need time to heal between games, seasons, and career chapters. It's no longer unusual to see marquee players engaging in alternative fitness routines, from yoga to Pilates to golf, as part of long-term athletic preservation. It raises an intriguing question. When the brightest stars prioritize longevity over off-season shine, are others more likely to take similar paths? Will we begin to see more players adopt this downtime strategy? And what does that mean for how teams plan their training schedules and rest protocols? What comes next? Clearer signals in the court of public opinion. As the summer unfolds, keep an eye on three key developments. Roster updates. Will the Lakers add veteran role players? Trade for more shooting or defense to go around James. LeBron's off-season content. More golf posts? Training videos? Interviews hinting at next steps? Agent moves. Will Rich Paul publicly float trade scenarios, or will he reinforce that LeBron is locked in for another run? These subtle signals, social media moments, gym sightings, and contract whispers, will reveal more about LeBron's mindset than any official statement. Final take. LeBron's laid-back golf videos hide a far more intense storyline, a superstar managing the twilight of his career with grace, strategy, and still that same competitive fire. As his game off the court continues, so does the drama on it, because one swing, one phone call, and one roster move could reshape this final act of a career for the ages. Why Luka Doncic is excited about teaming up with DeAndre Ayton on the Lakers. When the Los Angeles Lakers set out to land a new center this offseason, the goal was clear: find someone who could complement superstar point guard Luka Doncic's unique play style. While Luka can elevate nearly anyone he plays with, he tends to thrive most alongside athletic, rim-running big men who can finish lobs, set strong screens, and clean the glass. Enter DeAndre Ayton, a center with the physical tools, playoff experience, and untapped potential to flourish in this new-look Lakers roster alongside Doncic and LeBron James. Ayton checks all the boxes. He's big, mobile, and skilled around the basket. He brings a strong presence in the paint, solid rebounding ability, and enough defensive upside when locked in. And most importantly, he's already proven he can play this role at a high level, something Luka is clearly excited about heading into next season. According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, it's Ayton's proven track record, particularly his standout run with the 2021 Phoenix Suns, that has Doncic eager to share the court with him. Ayton's established success and his role with the 2021 Suns are a major reason Doncic is excited about teaming up, league sources told The Athletic. The two also share representation at WME, under Bill Duffy, and even prepped for the 2018 draft together, in the same hotel room. A proven formula that works. Ayton's role in that 2021 finals run with the Suns wasn't flashy, but it was vital. He was the anchor in the middle, rolling hard to the rim, setting bone-crushing screens, cleaning up the boards, and finishing inside at a high clip. He averaged 15.8 points and 11.8 rebounds during that playoff stretch, establishing himself as one of the league's best young bigs at the time. Fast forward to now, and the fit with Doncic is easy to imagine. Luka had great chemistry in Dallas with Daniel Gafford and rookie Derek Lively too, and even made Jackson Hayes look like a starting-caliber center at times last season with the Lakers. With Ayton's physical tools and offensive polish, the ceiling is much higher. If he embraces that rim-running, defensive-minded role again, there's a strong chance Luka and LeBron could help him produce the best season of his career. The Lakers believe they have the right coaching staff to unlock Ayton. Of course, Ayton's arrival doesn't come without questions. His time in Portland was marked by criticism over effort and focus, with some questioning his motivation on a young rebuilding team. But the Lakers aren't losing sleep over that. Internally, the organization believes they have the right leadership to bring out the best in him, starting with new head coach J.J. Redick. Redick's reputation for communication, player development, and attention to detail is already resonating inside the Lakers facility. The front office is confident that his staff will be able to connect with Ayton, hold him accountable, and help him rediscover the high-impact version of himself that made waves just a few seasons ago. A low-risk, high-reward bet. For the Lakers, this isn't just about filling a roster spot, it's about making a calculated bet on talent. Ayton is still just 26 years old, and while he's had an uneven journey since being drafted No. 1 overall, the raw ability is still there. Pairing that with the structure of a contending team and two elite playmakers in Luka and LeBron, that's a recipe worth trying. If it clicks, the Lakers won't just have solved their frontcourt issues, they may have found the missing piece to a legitimate title run. New Lakers center DeAndre Ayton could be a challenge for J.J. Redick. The Los Angeles Lakers finally landed a true starting-caliber center with the recent signing of DeAndre Ayton on July 2nd. On paper, this move solves a long-standing issue for the franchise. But in fixing one problem, the Lakers may have introduced another, one that could test the leadership of new head coach J.J. Redick. A history of discipline issues. Ayton, the No. 1 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft, showed flashes of elite potential early in his career with the Phoenix Suns. But despite his talent, off-court discipline issues gradually overshadowed his on-court production. The Suns ultimately traded him after repeated concerns about his attitude and professionalism behind the scenes. The same pattern followed in Portland. After just 2 seasons with the Trailblazers, Ayton was waived, despite the team still owing him a significant portion of his $26 million salary for the upcoming season. Portland's decision spoke volumes. According to reporting from The Athletic, Ayton's issues included showing up late to practices and team flights, skipping required rehab and media sessions, and reacting poorly to being benched, sometimes throwing visible tantrums on the court in front of fans and teammates. A potential headache for Redick. While the Lakers front office is optimistic about what Ayton can bring on the floor, there's genuine concern behind the scenes about how he'll fit into the team culture, especially under a rookie head coach like J.J. Redick. Ayton is being brought in to fill a critical role. But if past behavioral patterns continue, the player expected to be a solution could quickly become a liability, creating tension in the locker room and disrupting team chemistry. It's worth noting that even stars like Luka Doncic or LeBron James have accepted benchings without public outbursts. For Ayton, the expectation is clear: professionalism and accountability come first. Fortunately, Redick has already shown he's not afraid to make tough calls. Last season, he benched D'Angelo Russell in favor of Rui Hachimura and rookie Dalton Knecht when needed. In the playoffs, he replaced Jackson Hayes with Dorian Finney-Smith to better match up with opponents. If Ayton fails to meet team standards, Redick won't hesitate to act. A fresh start, or another risk. There's reason to believe Ayton might turn the page in Los Angeles. After receiving a strong offer from the Indiana Pacers, he chose the Lakers, indicating not just interest, but commitment. His excitement to join a contender could be a sign he's ready to buy in and leave past mistakes behind. But it's up to Ayton now. The Lakers are betting on his talent, maturity, and willingness to adapt. If he can meet those expectations, he could become a game-changer for this team. If not, the challenges J.J. Redick faces in his first year as head coach may grow far more complicated than expected. DeAndre Ayton joins the Lakers, a fresh start or a new challenge for J.J. Redick. The Los Angeles Lakers have addressed a long-standing need by signing veteran center DeAndre Ayton. His arrival brings talent, size, and interior scoring to a team in need of front-court reinforcement. However, while this move solves one problem, it may open the door to others, particularly when it comes to locker room dynamics and discipline. A history of talent and trouble. Ayton, the No. 1 overall pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, began his career with high expectations in Phoenix. Though he showed flashes of excellence early on, off-court issues gradually overshadowed his on-court performance. His time with the Suns ended in a trade, reportedly due to ongoing concerns about punctuality, professionalism, and clashes with coaches. Those same issues appeared again in Portland, where Ayton spent 2 seasons before being released. Despite his talent, the Blazers chose to part ways with him, while still owing him part of his contract, citing similar concerns with his attitude and reliability. Reports described Ayton missing team obligations, showing frustration during games when benched, and creating tension in the locker room. While none of these issues were career-ending individually, together they painted the picture of a player struggling to meet the behavioral standards expected of a franchise cornerstone. A test for J.J. Redick's leadership. Now in Los Angeles, Ayton has a new coach in J.J. Redick, a former player and rookie head coach known for his direct, analytical approach. Redick will be tasked not only with maximizing Ayton's impact on the floor, but also ensuring he stays disciplined off it. That will be no easy task. Redick has already shown a willingness to make bold decisions. Last season, he benched D'Angelo Russell in favor of Rui Hachimura and rookie Dalton Knecht. In the playoffs, he removed Jackson Hayes from the starting lineup in favor of Dorian Finney-Smith to improve spacing and perimeter defense. If Ayton struggles to accept a role or falls into old habits, Redick may be forced to make similar decisions. Such moves could risk friction within the team, especially with a player of Ayton's caliber and salary. A player with something to prove. That said, Ayton's decision to join the Lakers suggests he is looking for a fresh start. He reportedly turned down a more lucrative offer from the Indiana Pacers, choosing instead to join a team with championship ambitions. This could be a sign that he is ready to accept structure and embrace accountability. The Lakers believe that the opportunity to play alongside veterans like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and under a staff that includes respected assistants like Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan, may help Ayton stay focused and motivated. High risk, high reward. Ayton brings with him the potential to be one of the top centers in the league when fully engaged. He averaged over 15 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game last season. With the Lakers' guard play and offensive firepower, he'll have the opportunity to thrive in a role that suits his strengths: rim running, rebounding, and shot blocking. However, the key to this move's success will be Ayton's mindset. If he's committed, the Lakers may have found the missing piece to elevate their roster. If not, they risk internal tension that could derail a season already filled with high expectations. Final word. DeAndre Ayton's signing could either be a turning point in his career, or another missed opportunity. For the Lakers and J.J. Redick, the next few months will be about establishing trust, building accountability, and ensuring that this gamble brings long-term value, not locker room disruption. Let me know if you'd like a version tailored for a blog post, sports article, or social media feature.